All right, 3 days ago, I had a client call, and what comes up way too often when I talk to videographers. He pretty much had everything right. He had a good offer, producing results, knows how to get a few clients coming in the door, but he ran into this one problem was when he sent a rate card or a proposal with a price in an email, the clients would just ghost him and never get back to him. And this is where most videographers get it wrong. They think that sending the nice proposal that's laid out properly with a nice price at the bottom, clients are going to read through the whole thing, understand the value, and then see the price at the bottom and go, fuck yeah, this is sick, let's start. But it doesn't happen like that at all. And I guarantee if you've been sending rate cards and proposals with prices by email, DM, text, whatever it is, I guarantee this is happening to you too. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why this keeps happening, how it fits into this bigger system that you should try and build, and the exact 5-step sales system that's going to fix this forever. So if you are a videographer that's trying to scale past those one-off shoots and want to start building a proper business, stick around because this could change everything for you. If you don't know who I am, my name is Dan. I started my video agency back in 2017 with my mate. Today, we are a team of 12 to 15 located right here on the Gold Coast in Australia. We've got a bunch of retainer clients, a whole real estate media department, and 2 podcast studios in this space you see right here. We do the whole thing. And one thing that I refuse to do is use my own agency's numbers to prove to you that I know my shit. I fucking hate it and I'll never do it. Instead, I'm gonna tell you exactly what's happening right now with a ton of videographers all over the country in Australia and New Zealand and how to fix it. Here are 5 of the key mistakes I see videographers make all the time, specifically to do with pricing and sending proposals. Number 1, they send pricing in an email. Client asks for a quote, they send a proposal, client never gets back to you. Number 2, they put a price on the proposal. The client's gonna see that proposal without any context and without any extra value that you can add to the conversation. Number 3, you start negotiating over text message or DM. Can you do it for less? Can you do it for this price? And eventually you just drop your price and do it anyway. Number 4, you're sending a quote or pricing before even qualifying if you can actually help this person. You don't know if the client's serious, if you can even help them and provide results for them. You don't know anything. Number 5, lastly, you have no sales system whatsoever. Every lead is handled in a completely different way and you have no consistency. And the hardest part to get through your head is you think you're doing the right thing. You think you're doing a good job. You think, oh, they asked for a price, I'm just gonna send them something so I don't waste their time. You're just trying to be helpful. You're not really being helpful. You're actually making it easier for them to say no. Because when someone sees a price without all the context, without understanding what they're actually gonna get out of this, without you there to handle objections and talk through things, all they're gonna do is compare it to the cheap guy that offered the same thing for $100 and go with them. And eventually, you're gonna lose out on that job because you're still trying to sell videos for money. So why the fuck does this keep happening? Because most videographers don't have a system to their business and they don't understand how this sales system fits in to the whole process. There's 4 key stages to growing a proper video business. Where most people actually get stuck is not where they think. It's actually this last stage, which is the sales system. Let me show you the framework I use with every videographer I coach, and it's called the growth engine. Stage 1 is the offer system. This is where you build your results-driven retainer offer, not X videos a month for a price. Number 2, your results system. This is where you're actually gonna deliver tangible results for your client. You're gonna map out exactly how you're gonna deliver this and generate good quality case studies. Number 3, the traffic system. This is how you generate leads, organic content, warm outreach, paid ads, you name it. This is the one people normally neglect. Without traffic, you have no leads. Without leads, you don't have a fucking business. And lastly, that's where we are right now, the sales system. This is where you convert leads into clients using proposal docs and your sales conversations. After we move through the growth engine, we can then get into the scale engine. But you're not gonna ever get to the scale engine if you can't get past stage 4 in the growth engine, which is the sales system. Sales system. Most of the videographers I help can get to this sales system quicker than they probably realize. They can make an offer pretty easily. They can actually deliver decent video work. And because you're a videographer and you're probably already delivering social content, you actually can generate a few leads just from doing what you do for clients for yourself. But they can't close any of these leads. Why is that? It's because you're sending rate cards and proposals with prices on them. Let me show you what's actually happening and how to fix it. And there's actual psychology behind why this keeps happening and why you keep failing at this last hurdle. When you send a proposal or a rate card with the price on it, even if it looks really, really good, here's exactly what the client does. They're gonna open the PDF, look at the first page, probably scroll all the way through it, get to the price at the bottom and go, too expensive. All of a sudden they missed all the context and they start thinking, is this worth it? Can I afford it? Is there a cheaper option out there somewhere else? And because you're not there to answer those questions, to handle the objections and build more value, they just close the email, message you back and say, thanks mate, I'll have a think. And you never hear from them ever fucking again. Now, compare it to this. You send them a purposely built proposal doc without a fucking price. In the proposal, you have, here's the problem I see come up with people in your industry all the time. Here's how my retainer is going to solve that. Here's what's included. Here's how it works. And here's the results I've got for people that are just like you. Then you can say, let's jump on a call or let's meet up so I can run you through the doc. Now, when you're in the meeting, you're on the call, you're sitting down next to them at a coffee shop, you are in control. You walk them through the doc, you answer questions, you build value, you handle any objections that they have. You're adding value in real time. And then, only after they understand what they're actually going to get, why you built the retainer the way you did, what's the purpose behind it, then you can tell them the price when there's nothing else left to talk about. Especially when you start talking about the content ideas that your client could potentially do. When you start talking about the personality-based stuff, coffee reviews, food reviews, things like that that get them excited, they actually start picturing themselves already in the program and already doing the retainer. By the end of the meeting, they're just begging for the price. There's a massive difference between that first approach I spoke about and this one. In the first scenario, they're alone with the price, just comparing that to anyone else I've ever spoken about video content. The other side, you're guiding the conversation, you're building value, and you're helping them close their own deal. Now you tell me which one you think is gonna work better. So let me run you through the 5-step sales sequence that we use and what I teach all my one-to-one clients. Here's how you take someone from I'm interested to signing up on your retainer program. Step 1, the initial contact. Someone's reached out either via DM, via email, they've seen you around, and they ask, can you send me some info on what you do? The first thing you do is don't send them the fucking info. Don't get on a call and start yapping away about everything that's included. You just want to narrow this down to a 5 to 10 minute initial call. This call is designed to establish context. The context behind your retainer offer and what you're about to send them. You can ask them things like, what are you currently doing for content? What are you hoping to achieve out of this? Have you worked with a videographer in the past? This call isn't to pitch your retainer, it's to actually qualify that the person reaching out, you can actually help. You're trying to figure out, are they serious about this? And do they understand what's actually going to be in my retainer? Which should be something results driven, like more leads, more sales, more clients. Then after that conversation, you can send them the proposal doc without the price. At the end of the call, you say, cool, I'm going to send you over the proposal doc after I get off this call. Again, your proposal is going to run through all those things I said earlier. Again, we're not putting a price on it. We're just giving them the problem, the solution, what's included in your solution, and some examples and case studies of people that were similar to them. Step 3, we need to follow up about that doc. Most definitely 1 to 2 days after you initially sent it. And please, please, please don't just text them or email them, hey mate, just following up about the doc I sent. Send them another bit of content that you've done yourself or you've seen online and say, hey, I seen this the other day. I feel like this would work really good on your account. Add more value to them. Don't just say, hey, have you had a look at the doc? Actually send them things and start getting their brain ticking about working with you, what that might look like. Hopefully they agree to a meeting, either online or in person. I heavily prefer in person, especially if you're a videographer, you're probably working in your local area. So catching up with them face to face automatically builds more rapport than an online call. Step 4, we get to the proposal meeting. And this is where the magic happens. You can sit next to them, have a laugh, share your screen, and walk through the exact same doc step by step, adding the value along the way. You're not sitting there just pitching them your retainer. You're actually diagnosing what problem they have and how your retainer is going to fix it. Which, if you've structured it properly, it's probably generating clients, sales, deals via social media. And by the end of that chat, price is just going to come up naturally. The biggest thing is that you want to build your retainer as a headline product. So that's going to include stuff like social media content, social media management, and paid ads. This whole thing is built to help them get more clients, get more sales, you name it. Whether or not they need that full headline product for your max price, say $5,000, that's up for you and them to discuss in the meeting. Do they need the max content? Do they need the full social media management? Do they need the max level of ads? That's what this proposal meeting is for. You've created the massive headline product, and you can say to them, this is the main product. If you get on this program for $5,000 and follow this exact structure for 12 months, you will get results. Whether or not they're willing to commit to that, that's up to them and up to you to diagnose if your headline product is actually right for them. If it's not, we want to figure out what problems or what things they actually need out of that headline product, and we can start chipping it down. They might panic and go, oh, $5,000 is a lot of money. And because you didn't put a price on the proposal, you can say, okay, well maybe instead of 12 videos, let's do 8 or 6. And instead of doing ads, why don't we just start with content and social media management? And instead of $5,000, let's do $3,500. They don't want to pay the full price. You shouldn't have to deliver the full product just for less. So if they want to bring the price down, let's bring what you actually have to deliver down. You're just creating the package, creating the deal on the fly. And this only works because you haven't put a fucking price on it. You can actually talk face to face about it. If they agree, this gets us onto step 5, which is locking them in and getting things rolling. Now, if you're anything like me, you're not gonna fucking whip open your laptop and get Stripe up and try and take their payment while you're sitting at a cafe. You're probably gonna say, sweet, when I get back to the office or when I get back home, I'll send you the invoice and we can get things started. But there's one key thing that I like to do, and that's just get a little bit of commitment in that meeting because we're not getting the payment right then and there. I'm gonna ask them what date works for them to book in their strategy session and then what date they'd like to do their first shoot on. It's just that little tiny micro commitment. No, it's not paying for it, but they're putting it in their calendar, a strategy session and the first shoot date. That is how you close retainer clients. Not with a fucking email, not with a rate card, with a proven system that works. If they're being super pushy about knowing a price before they get to this meeting, just give them a ballpark. Some clients are on this much money, some are on this much money. It's just gonna depend on what suits you and your business. And if they're being rude about it, like, mate, just give me a price, they're probably not gonna be a good client anyway. If all they're worried about is how much they have to pay and they don't even wanna know any context, how it works, what you're gonna actually do for them, chances are they're not gonna hang around for a long period of time anyway. You're gonna burn all this energy trying to get them signed up and get everything rolling that after 2 or 3 months, they're just gonna fucking blow the lid and leave anyway. You'll find going through this a bit longer process, you're actually gonna end up with better clients because they understand everything that's involved. So now you understand how the sales system fits in to the bigger picture. Offer, you're gonna craft your results-driven retainer. Results, you're gonna build tangible outcomes and create banger case studies. Traffic, you're gonna generate leads through content, ads, outreach. Number 4, convert your leads with a systemized sales process. Most videographers struggle with the traffic and the sales because they're just winging it and they don't have a system. They send their fucking quotes, then hope for the best. Fix your sales system, do this 5-step sequence and stop sending prices in fucking emails. And you'll close more retainer clients than you know what to do with. But again, you can't ignore the other stages. If your offer is shit, the sales system's not gonna save you. If you can't deliver actual results for your clients, they're not gonna hang around. And if you have no traffic, you have no leads to close. That's why the growth engine is a system. They all work together. And if you want help building this entire thing, I work one-to-one with videographers and video agencies to install this exact growth engine. I only usually accept around 2 to 3 people every single month. That's only because I actually want to help my clients get proper results. And I can't do that if I just open the doors to everyone and have 500 fucking clients. I want to play long-term games with long-term people. If you're watching this and you want my help, then great. And if you're watching this going, what a fuckwit, that's cool too. I don't need the whole world signed up to my coaching. I just want that special group of videographers that love to rip in, love to get results, and are gonna put fucking time and effort into growing a business that I've always wanted. So if you are interested on working with me one-to-one, you can book a call in the description. It's in my YouTube bio, or DM me 222 on Instagram. I'm gonna be looking to bring on these 1, 2, maybe 3 clients in the last week of March. So if you are keen, book a call and we'll see if I can help. Stop sending pricing emails, start stacking fucking retainers. Let's go.